Hey everyone, Thyworm here, with a guide on how to spend gold in SSF. I've made one as well last league. I have run a bunch of fresh league start SSF 0 to hero runs, and I have tweaked my gold strategy since last time. Let's dive in. This video is structured in order of priority, starting with what I would spend my gold on first and ending with what I would spend my gold on last, or once other mechanics just don't warrant spending gold on it anymore because of diminishing returns or because you have currency available. A small disclaimer, it may be the case that the new Breach 2.0 has mechanics that also cost gold, maybe respeccing the crafting tree, that sort of thing. It's hard to take that into account right now before playing the game and Breach 2.0, but keep that in mind that there may be new mechanics introduced that actually cost gold. I'm also not going into how to get gold. I will try out a few gold farming strategies, most likely in SSF in 3.27, and see how they hold up. And if I feel that it adds something, I will make a video about it and let you know. Your first place to spend your gold should be on respeccing your passives, but in SSF there is a big opportunity cost for that. Gold in general is scarce, and I would advise to not spend it on respeccing if you can help it. But if, for whatever reason, you don't have enough refund points from doing campaign quests, or you don't have enough regret orbs and your build mandates a respec at some point, in that case, use the gold. I want to stress, however, that in any other case, I think gold is too valuable to just spend on respeccing, so only do it with gold if there is no other option. I don't think I would ever spend gold on respeccing Atlas passive points, unless I have a few million gold or something. But at that point, you should have the Orbs of Unmaking as well, which you can quite easily farm using Searing Exarch red altars. During the campaign and in early maps, spending gold on gambling is incredibly efficient, whether it is a new weapon in Act 4 that doubles your DPS or a 5-link before you enter yellow maps. Gambling is a great resource to get gear upgrades in SSF. I do feel there are diminishing returns, however. For example, it is quite easy to gamble a 5-link and some decent gear in general with life and resistances. It doesn't break the bank, you usually get a good piece after a few tries, and getting those pieces can elevate the build significantly so you can progress further. However, after getting your 5-link, decent weapon and life and resistance gear, the odds of getting an upgrade via gambling are a lot smaller. Getting a 6-link from gambling happens, but it is pretty rare and you'll have to sink a lot of gold into that on average, which is what I wouldn't do personally. I think another argument to keep gambling is to be made when you need a common tier 5 unique, like Doedri's Tenure for your Wander, and you spend your gold gambling until you get it, as it is such a big upgrade. I think you can make an argument to keep spending gold on that, and I think that's okay. However, in my view, in any other case, your gold is better spent after getting your initial early and mid-game mapping upgrades on something else, which brings me to the next section. The third and final priority, Kingsmarch. I think Kingsmarch is something you set up after you are done respeccing and after you are done gambling, because it costs a lot of gold and it is your primary gold sink for the rest of the game. Also in SSF you don't get all that much gold, although you will get a bit more in 3.27, but still you will have to make choices, as you can spend it only once. And once you start in red maps and start going for 4 void stones, I think it is a good time to start investing into Kingsmarch and to stop gambling. Now, Kingsmarch has a few features that cost gold, which I will rate in order of how much I value them, but this is quite subjective. There are basically 3 gold sinks here. There are map runners, there's shipping, which requires you to also get resources which cost gold, and there is recombinating. I personally have come to appreciate map runners quite a lot for a few reasons. One, they don't require any setup apart from hiring a few map runners, which will set you back about 200,000 gold or something if you want mostly level 4 and level 5 map runners. But after that initial setup, they will run any map that you give them as long as it's not unique. Two, they are great in SSF to run all those pesky Guardian maps and bring you fragments as a reward, so you can use those to kill the Elder, Shaper, Cirrus and Uber Elder. So what I end up doing a lot is Maven boss rushing, and then all the maps that I get from the bosses I don't run myself because I think they're annoying to run. So what I do, I just run them once to get the invitations from Maven out of the way, and all other maps I will give to my map runners. And 3, The loot from map runners is very decent. They can bring back pretty much anything, including rare SSF materials like harvest juice, catalysts, that sort of thing. The second Kingsmarch gold sink is shipping. The one unique thing you will get from shipping are tattoos. I personally feel these are quite niche, but if your build really needs tattoos, you either should get the Lost in Transit node on the Atlas passive tree, which I heavily recommend, or you will need to do some actual shipping. Another advantage of shipping is that it has been mostly figured out at this point, meaning there's a lot of information available on where to send what type of shipment, including the expected returns. This is all very deterministic at this point. The question is more if you're the type of player that needs those rewards, like a consistent stream of divine orbs, or if you're more like me that isn't focusing on min-maxing characters all that much. The main disadvantage of shipping is that it requires resources from other Kingsmarch mechanics, making it more tedious to set up, and it's also quite expensive in that regard. And talking about tedious, there is gold sink number 3, Recombinating. This is what I consider quite an advanced mechanic that you would only use to min-max gear, which is very viable in SSF as it is so deterministic. On the other hand, I can't think of many things in SSF that I dislike more than endless alteration orb spamming and recombinating. That's not my idea of fun, so I would rather just play with less good gear and actually play the game than to engage with this system. But I'm not here to tell you how to play the game, I'm here to tell you how to spend your money, which is way more ethical. If you want to recombinate, and there are good reasons to want that as it deterministically provides excellent gear, then you need gold and dust, which also costs gold. To summarize, I would first do essential respecs using gold, then gamble for items during the campaign until yellow or early red maps, and once in red maps, spend it all on Kingsmarch and set up the aspect of the town that you value most, either map runners, shipments or recombinating. Thanks for watching and making it to the end. Don't forget to subscribe for more SSF videos, including 0 to hero runs and other guides. Love you all. See you soon. Bye bye.